Clock watching on aging, presence, and that winking bastard called death. In my head, I'm still a kid, waiting anxiously for Pop Tarts and the thrilling conclusion to that cliffhanger of an arc in my favorite Saturday morning TV show. Waiting to be picked by some young Thundercat who could see that I was just one ridiculous makeover away from being pretty and worthy of choice. Waiting nervously on the porch, bags packed for a dad who was a few hours away from another broken promise. In reality, I'm 36. I spend most of my days wrangling kiddos, wiping tears, boogers, and mystery stains between phone calls with my spouses, trips to Walmart, and the regularly scheduled doses of anxiety that come with having internet access and the ability to contextually and historically understand just what the hell is going on outside of my home. And at night, I drift among the future, wondering what the world will look like for my children. How will I look and feel as I get older? What will their lives look like without me? And how will the world look when I'm no longer here to observe it? I'm in a constant state of superposition, sandwiched between the past, the present, and an imagined future that gets disrupted as my heroes in the world around me grow old, fall apart, or in some cases just turn pure evil. The idea of memento mori is constantly in my face the older I am fortunately able to get. And some days, it wins the staring contest. Like when the strong men and women in my family, grandmothers, grandfathers, father, mother, aunts, and uncles, slowly turned from the paragons of wit and fitness to those who needed care from the young ones around them. And it seems life has a way of making an example of the strongest among us to show that none of us are getting out of here alive. The strong may survive, but none live forever. And on days like this, all I can do is stare into the deep voided eyes of death as he smiles and winks at me, finger ever so gently hanging over the stopwatch in a game of chicken I know I, like all before me, am destined to lose. Whoa, Yael, too dark, too deep, way too fast there, buddy. You okay? On days like that, I'm not. At least not yet. But on other days, I don't focus on the game and my futile hopes of trying to know exactly how much time I have left on the clock, or bargaining for more time, or bemoaning the time behind me and how it was spent. I focus on the moment in front of me, the breath in my body. Remember the days I prayed for the love I get to experience in with my spouses and children. Remember the nights I cried in abject loneliness, the laughter and the stories that echoed through memories and relatives and found themselves replicated in real time through the family of my choosing. Those days, the ones of joys and gratitude, aren't more in number than my clock watching ones. At least not yet. Okay, y'all, you're losing me here. That point coming anytime soon? I think that is the point. I want to spend less time watching the clock and more time in scene, whatever that scene may be. Or maybe I shouldn't say time, but presence of mind. I don't want to wait for some terminal illness or earth-shattering event or abject dose of humiliation to make me do that. I want to live. It's funny because I spent a great time being suicidal. Not seeing the point of life or of living if the game was all going to end one day. But then a funny thing happened. An ancient pre-colonial god summoned me to him. Using my desire for wealth and riches untold against me, he told me that if I followed him, I'd get everything I ever wanted. Fingers crossed, of course. Being born a Christian, I was no stranger to the idea of a God calling you up out of the blue to give you the old Abraham special. And what began as a chase for glory took me through a journey of twists and turns that eventually led me to here. To a place where I realize I'm richer than I thought, have the gift of awareness and new information that says before I came down here, I sat down with my ancestors and past selves, angels and consultants, the stars, demons, and devils, took the time to plan out the gist of what I would experience in this life. This information tells me that all events, good and bad, are not just things happening to me because I'm God's favorite punching bag, but rather carefully curated events in a storyline designed to bring about a particular effect that can only be seen if I choose not to watch the clock. Don't forget it's there. It's supposed to be a gentle reminder meant to let you know that there is a due date for this project's completion. If I choose instead to fully participate, fully sit with every event, completely present, then and only then will I get it. What will I get? The answer to life, the universe, and everything? No. But I didn't come here for that. Neither did you. No, what I'll get is something far clearer and easier to conceive. I'll get to understand exactly why it is I wanted to experience life this way. What was my soul yearning for? What adventure was I craving when I stepped into the story? And funny thing is, it took a few brushes with death, some heartbreak, and reflection before I finally got that. I won't kid you and say that I got it all figured out just yet. I'm still alive, so I think there's at least some time left on that clock. How much? I don't know. But I don't think it matters anymore. Life's a tad more interesting than the guy in the corner with all the winking and smiling. But it's nice to know that I'm reaching a place where I can start winking and smiling back. And if this thought train found you, maybe you're not too far from that place yourself. For more words from Auntie, check me out on Substack, Tumblr, and Medium at Yael Arbakari. Thanks for watching.